beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning. I want to start off. I want to say thank you to Diane for all that valuable information about Cahokia, Illinois. And again, I want to thank everybody. Send your emails, fax. You can call. You can mail me. I get a lot of hate mail. Of course, you know, they never put their name on it, but I get 10 times as much positive mail, supportive mail of not me. Don't have to be supportive of me. Be supportive of the cause. Be supportive of getting rid of these rotten bastards, and that's what I'm here for, to help facilitate that cause. But Diane, I want to thank you for all that information, as I want to thank everybody that takes the time to either listen or send me information. And hey, all these threats, you know, if your son bitch is going to come and get me, come and get me. Don't give a damn. At this point in my life, do what you got to do. So you're wasting your time when you send me, when you call me, when you whatever. You know, it really is an asswipe who sits there, never puts their name on anything, and sends you crap. And that's okay. I'll take it. But when I send you crap, you'll know where it came from, because when I throw a rock, political rock or otherwise, I'll wave both my hands, because, see, that's what men do. Not you little bitch boys out there, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. Also, let's see, is it Wednesday night? I think it's tomorrow night at Big Daddy's. Big Daddy's in Belleville. Please come out if you would, from 6 o'clock till whenever. It's on East Main in Belleville at Big Daddy's. They're going to try to raise some money to help defray the cost of fighting these three corrupt judges, these three judges that have circumvented our great state constitution, our three judges who are sworn to uphold the Constitution, but then they go and bend it and try to break it. You people know what's going on there. And it's not a pretty sight, but there will be a rally and a little fundraiser to help defray the cost of fighting. And see, that's where these judges, they get these big shots from Springfield. They get Madigan's boys, the House Speaker, the Democratic leader of the culture of corruption. And the good side has to come up with the money to fight them. But these guys, Dallas Cook and them, are fighting the cause. And this is not a fundraiser for Dallas Cook. This is a fundraiser to try to get some money together to help defray the cost of the legal fees. It'll be held at Big Daddy's on East Main from 6 p.m. till whenever. That'll be tomorrow night. And let's get rid of these judicial idiots sitting on the bench. Let's get rid of Barra Civic. Let's get rid of Lachine. Let's get rid of Haida. Let's get rid of these guys that have been there forever. And the most asinine thing about this big jerk-off Barra Civic This no-good son of a bitch will make more money if he retires. He's telling people all throughout the community, I don't want to retire. What would I do? Well, go drown yourself, Bear Civic, politically, of course. Don't make us suffer. Don't make us suffer year after year. You don't need the money. You've ate at the public trough, you big political pig, you no-count lousy son of a bitch. And you've got some nice family members. Bear Civic's got 12, 15 family members eating at the public trough that we, of the hardworking taxpayers, are paying for. They won't tell you that. Their last names aren't all Bear Civic, but they're out there. They're out there like roaches. They're out there like cockroaches. People, when the hell are you going to wake up? When are you, the people of this community, not just the Republicans, I'm talking about the really hardworking Democrats. And when I talk about this culture of corruption, I'm not talking about the good Democrats. There's a lot of good Democrats in this county. There's a lot of good Republicans. I know our Republican chairman, he don't want to hear there's a lot of good Democrats. I don't want to hear they're all bad, because all the Democrats aren't bad. There's some great Democratic people that have the Democratic philosophy at heart. There's a lot of great Republican people. That's the problem. Both sides want to divide and conquer. You can't divide and conquer. You hear us all the time. Vote the person, not the party. When the hell are you people going to wise up? And if you get pissed off at me, here, if somebody out there wants to run for state representative on the Republican ticket, and you're a decent candidate, I'll relinquish my spot. The only reason I ran, the only reason the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition got involved, because without us getting involved, they would have no opposition. The Democrats would walk right in. Another 4 years after 50 years of corruption, after 50 years of raising our taxes, promising us everything and giving us nothing but a screwing. You know, politics just piss me off, people. Why the hell can't we get public servants to get elected to do for everyone? No, everybody's got self-interest. I told you, if I get elected, I'm not going to take a salary. I'm not going to take benefits. I'm going to ask that everybody in Springfield get their salary cut in half. Now, there's a lot of people out there don't like me. Don't care. I really don't care. Again, Romanik, you're running for office. Be nice. Sometimes you just can't be nice, people. You just can't be. And this is one of the times I can't be nice. I got to be real. And if you people want to vote for me, fine. If you don't, I understand. But you're going to get the same crap you've been getting. Hell, I'm probably, for the state representative race, I'm probably the second worst candidate that you could elect. The first worst is my opposition, who will go up to Springfield, for all you good Democrats, will go up there and bobblehead for Madigan. They'll give Chicago everything. We've not gotten anything down here in southern Illinois, and especially in St. Clair County, because they all bobblehead for these son of a bitches. I won't bobblehead for Madigan. I'm not going to bobblehead for Rauner. I always say, vote the person, not the party. People, you see the underbelly of this politics. You see the national elections, and it ain't pretty. You got presidential candidates calling each other asswipes and idiots, and they probably are, all those. But let's get down to the basics. What have the St. Clair County Democratic-led culture of corruption done for the good people of St. Clair County? And I don't just mean the Republicans. I mean the Democrats, too. Let's think about it, people. Quit voting the party. Start voting the person that's going to do their job, who's going to be a public servant. These politicians all need to be strung up. Politically, of course, because none of them are worth a damn. Some people will start off being a public servant. Then there's some more money. There's some more this. They equate me to Trump. I've been politically insane for 6 years. Trump's been politically insane for about 6 months. And I don't have even close to the money he's got. But I'll commit my money to the cause. I don't want anybody's donations. People can't afford it. My opposition, she's sending out fundraiser tickets, $2,500 a piece. She's sending those out to the proud black community that can barely put food on their table because of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County, because of all the greed in St. Clair County. So I may be a bad candidate, but I'm a good person, people. And the candidates on the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition are good people. I know they say you can't win. The Democrats will just blow you out of the water. Well, they can blow us out of the water if you know what I'm talking about. But without any opposition, nobody stands a chance. You know, maybe we all lose. But we're not losers on the Republican ticket. It's the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition uniting. Not becoming Republicans, not becoming Democrats, but uniting with Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white to fight this culture of corruption. We got to knock this corrupt house down, and we got to start building it all over again. You've heard me say 1,000 times, if you elect the Freedom Coalition ticket, the Republican ticket, not all Republicans, there's independents, there's a few ex-Democrats. But these people stood up to the plate and said, hey, we're not going to let this culture of corruption just have a free pass like they do time and time again. And they're going to know we're there. They're going to know we've been there. Whether we win, lose, or draw, we're not losers. The only losers are the son of a bitches that don't get involved. And if I piss you guys off, I don't care about making a friend. I want to make a difference. So let's get serious, people. The election's right around the corner. This summer, it's going to be hot and heavy. They're going to have 15, 20 hit pieces out on me. They spent over $150,000, $175,000, I think I was told, to put some hit pieces out on me, and all I needed was one vote. They want to link me with all the other candidates. Hell, I don't live with those other candidates. They don't live with me. We're friendly to each other. We don't visit each other's house. But they're going to try to say Bob Romanik's a bad guy, so everybody around him's bad? Well, what about their family members that are felons? Does that make them bad? Nobody wants to address that crap. They don't want to address it because they're hypocritical son of a bitches. But anyway, if you guys can make it to Big Daddy's tomorrow night from 6 to whenever, it's going to be free refreshments, I think. It's going to be a donation, you know, as you see fit. But they're trying to get some money together to help the fight. And it's going to be a long fight. But this is a fight for the people, not for an individual, for the people. I want to say congratulations to Patty and Chris Heatherly. Chris sent me this, the husband. Said, Patty and I will be married 29 years on Wednesday, March the 23rd. And he wanted me to say happy anniversary to Patty. So I will. And I don't know if he wanted me to say to read this, but I'm going to. I hope it shouldn't embarrass him. And he says, I love her more now than the day I was lucky enough to marry her. If you could give us a mention on the show on March the 23rd, it would be greatly appreciated. So, hey, Chris, you're making all of us ex-husbands look bad, buddy. But congratulations on Chris and Patty Heatherly for 29 years of wedding bliss. Great people. Thank you very much for your friendship. We love you. Let's get to our little bit of housekeeping. And again, people say, Romanik, you've got an hour show. You waste 5 or 10 minutes. It's never a waste to me. It's never a waste to me to help out, to get the word out, to help people, to help military organizations, civic organizations, especially military organizations, to get the word out. That's what we're here for. We're here to help the people. We're not politicians. We don't want to hurt anybody. I don't give a damn, your friend or foe. If you've got a fundraiser, if you've got something going on for the military, for a civic group, even a religious group, we'll be more than happy to put it on the air. There's going to be a military job fair tomorrow, Thursday, March the 24th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Regency Conference Center in O'Fallon, Illinois. It's going to be National Regional Opportunities, Administration, Aviation, Law Enforcement. So you good people that are looking for gainful employment, it'll be Thursday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also visit civilianjobs.com, one word, common spelling, civilianjobs.com, or you can call 1-757-965-5808. That's 1-757-965-5808. And unlike the bastards in St. Clair County, they don't want anybody, black or white, to have jobs. They want to support them. They want to give them enough to get by so they can get elected election day. And what the hell? What kind of ass wipes do crap like that. 25th Annual Easter Party at the Caseyville Community Center, located at 909 South Main, will be held Friday, March the 25th, from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Free admission, hot dogs and tuna, soda and chips. It's sponsored by the Caseyville Fire Department Auxiliary, and it helps the Caseyville Food Pantry. I had a gentleman, and thank you too, sir, that called to give me a lot of information. He said probably hot dogs and tuna on Friday because of Lent. So thank you very much, sir. And sir, by the way, if you would give me a call and leave your telephone number. The gentleman's got some great information. I'd like to talk to him personally. Boulder Dash will be playing Saturday, March the 26th from 7 to 11 p.m. Tickets are $10. Proceeds benefit the Lou Civic Center Sewer Project in the wonderful community of Mascoutah. It'll be performing at the Mascoutah Sportsman's Club, located at 1535 North County Road in Mascoutah. For more information, you can call 566-2175. The Potosi, Missouri Elks Club Committee have their trivia night and steak night in Potosi on April the 1st. Money to help the veterans at the St. James Veteran Home. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Terry Friend, a member of the Veterans Committee, at 314-775-9920. The Millstadt Firemen's Annual Barbecue, pork steaks, bratwurst, chicken, to be held Easter weekend, Saturday, March the 26th, from 11 a.m. till whenever. Any questions or concerns, you can call 476-1234, and we'll be out there. And again, we want to salute all of our first responders. Good Friday Fish Fry, March the 25th at the Lebanon, Illinois Fire Department, to be held from 4 to 7:30 p.m. And Rich Smith, thank you very much for the information. Hope to see a lot of people out at Smithton for their fish fry. Turner Hall, as always, Smithton Turner Hall, the best fish around, holding their fish fry every Friday during Lent from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Smithton Turner Hall. Thank you guys for that information. Rotary Club, St. Clair County West, 42nd Annual Chili Day, to be held today, March the 23rd, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., $10 per person. Net proceeds go to local charities and Rotary scholarships. New Baden, Illinois Fire Department Chicken and Beer Dance, Saturday, April the 2nd, to be held at the New Baden American Legions. Doors open at 7, chicken starts at 9. That's the New Baden Fire Department at the American Legion in New Baden on April the 2nd. We got here, New Baden Fire Department, and thank you very much, Robin, for that information. Any questions or concerns on New Baden Fire Department's Chicken and Beer Dance, you can contact Robin. It's 618-531-4625. Trivia Night, 10th Annual 4-H Trivia Night, to be held Saturday, April the 2nd. Doors open at 6. Game starts at 7. It's Shreve Park in Mascoutah, Illinois. Proceeds benefit the St. Clair County 4-H program. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call 939-3434. We've got the Easter dinner for the O'Fallon, Illinois American Legion. It's the Moose Lodge. They'll be holding it at the O'Fallon American Legion. That'll be Sunday, March the 27th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Easter Sunday. Again, at the O'Fallon American Legion, 109 North Penn Street in O'Fallon, Illinois. And also, March the 26th, they'll have their annual Easter egg hunt at the O'Fallon Moose Lodge. From 1 to 3, bring your own basket. And that event will be held at the O'Fallon American Legion also, 109 North Penn Street in O'Fallon. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all 3 of our great stations. You can now hear my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. And also at midnight, Monday through Friday, broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, St. Clair County Freedom Coalition.com. And we got a nice picture of God Sprague in his Depends diapers, and we're going to talk about him momentarily. And you can also go to our streaming site and get the rest of our great stations and all the information that you'll need. On this date, March the 23rd, 1775, Patrick Henry made his famous "Give me liberty or give me death" speech. On this date, March the 23rd, 1840, the first successful photo of the moon was taken. On this date, March the 23rd, 1891, the first concert was held at Carnegie Hall in New York. On this date, March the 23rd, 1903, the Wright brothers obtained an airplane patent. On this day, March the 23rd, 1912, the Dixie Cup was invented. On this date, March the 23rd, 1929, the first telephone was installed in the White House. On this date, March the 23rd, 1981, the Supreme Court upheld a law making statutory rape a crime for men, but not for women. On this date, March the 23rd, 1983, Barney Clark, the first recipient of a permanent artificial heart, died at the age of 62, 112 days after receiving the artificial heart. On this date, March the 23rd, 1992, the Florida Marlins began selling tickets for their first season in professional baseball. That's what happened on this date, March the 23rd, throughout all these years in our world's history. And don't forget our good people and good friends at Millstadt trying to get their water tower refurbished. If you would like to get involved, you can contact Keller Timmer. It's 618-520-3623. I think they need about $200,000. What a great landmark out there in Millstadt. If we can help those good people out, let's try to do it. Before we go to break, I want to say hi to two good friends, ex-Belleville police officers, two of Belleville's finest, Captain Jim Goodwin, we call him Goody, and also Sergeant Denny Weisbrot. These guys, along with Chief Barry Beal back in the day, they were proud Belleville policemen. They got out there and did their job. They kept our community safe. Now we've got an asswipe like Bill Clay and Captain Moody. These two ignorant, stupid son of a bitch would make a pimple on a policeman's ass. Then you got pussy boy Maximus Vaginus Mark Eckert, the mayor of Belleville, who drives around in a police car, wants to play police. I got something you can play with and it ain't the police, Eckert. You stupid son of a bitch. But anyway, I want to say hello to those guys. What great guys they are. And I wish we had policemen today. And we've got some good policemen out there. Good, but they're being dictated by these rotten bastard politicians. And these politicians go out there, write tickets. We need the money. Go out there and piss off the community. It's not the policeman's fault. They're just doing their job. They'd all like to be out there protecting us, but they're doing the dirty work for these politicians because that's what the politicians tell them to do. And if you don't listen to a politician, if you're a policeman, I've been there, done that. They're going to fire you. They're going to mess around with you. They're going to suspend you. It's a shame when politics get involved in police work, but it does. We're going to take a quick break. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. Toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. When we come back, we're going to talk about Skippy Kernan. Skippy, how the hell you get a name, you bitch? Skippy Kernan. What the hell is that? I don't understand. You get these idiots out there, and they want to be somebody. Hey, Skippy, we're going to be talking about your lame ass and the crap that you're screwing up in St. Clair Township, and we'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, and always will be, proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik. the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, and very, very proud to be the Patriot. This email here really got my attention. Dear Mr. Romanik, God bless our heroes. And Martin Gramlich, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your insight and your input. He says, thank you for bringing the corruption to the forefront. I am 77 years old and seen the corruption for the last 50 years, and it will be a blessing to get rid of these phony bastards that have been lining their pockets with our money that should have been applied to services we need in our community. We need more policemen, like you have pointed out so many times. The airport, I've never understand why they build an airport that's not properly managed. Why wouldn't you make sure that the Metrolink came to the airport? And Martin, very insightful. I agree with you. You would have transportation from one airport to the other and make sure you have a major airline. There's never a major airline going to come to Mid-America Airport. They've wasted over $500 million, people, and that's the biggest reason to get rid of Mark Sweetcakes, Kern, Bob. I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in the toilet, Sprague, and John Red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle bear Civic. These guys have cost you $500 million, people. Said, Martin says, why would a businessman fly into the airport at Mid-America? Can't even get transportation to St. Louis. Like you stated, the whole miss is effed up. Well, can't use that word. I'll say this whole mess is screwed up. Please keep fighting the good fight. There are many of us out there appreciate your honesty and frankness. And you know what? I'm not perfect, but Martin, I am frank and I am honest when I talk about these political bastards. So Martin, thank you. Thank you very much. Jerry Rosh, as always, thank you. I want to go, hey, Skippy Kernan, you stupid idiot. What the hell's wrong? What the hell's wrong with you, stupid son of a bitch? This Skippy Kernan, the St. Clair Township Highway Commissioner, Skippy Kernan, takes $2,000 of your hardworking taxpayers' money in St. Clair Township and puts a robocall out to announce that his 5 highway workers were laid off because he had blown his budget by adding a worker without approval. Now, I don't know if that's official misconduct. We need to get him investigated. Then investigate their enemies. You know, it's political persecution up there. It's not prosecution, it's persecution. But, hey, Skippy Kernan, give me a call, you idiot. They tell me he's also the vice chairman of, guess what? The St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, the St. Clair County Culture of Corruption, Skippy Kernan. Skip Kernan, what a piece of low-life crap. What the hell's wrong with you, you idiot? You can't take 5 employees when you only got money for 4. If it was your business, you could do whatever you want, Kernan, but it's not your business. It's the good people of St. Clair Township. And for you to be the highway commissioner, you must be smelling too much of that oil and chipping that you're doing. You no-count, good-for-nothing, tax-paying, wasting son of a bitch. People of St. Clair Township, you need to throw this son of a bitch out on his head. Hell, he'll get another job. Kern will give him something. You know that. They don't give people that are qualified. They give people that kiss their asses. But how can this Kernan have a leg to stand on when the township board authorized, and I want to salute Dave Barnes for standing up, and the 4 other people that voted, I want to salute you guys and women for standing up to this idiot. You get budget for 4 employees, so you hire a 5th one because you said you needed it. It wasn't approved. I think it's illegal. I think you need to have your ass thrown out of office. Go sit there with Kern and Sprague, you idiot. Maybe we get you some Depends diapers. So he hires a 5th employee, and because there's not enough money, all 5 are laid off. Now that's good business, Skippy Kernan, the St. Clair Township Highway Commissioner, you ass-white piece of crap, you ass-kissing son of a bitch for Sprague and Kern and Barra Civic. The people of St. Clair Township, they deserve better, Skippy. Hey, Skippy Kernan, do you hang out with the Y at the locker room with Mark Sweet Cakes Kern? How gay sounding is that, Skippy? Who the hell named somebody Skippy? Unless you're a peanut butter, you stupid son of a bitch. Hey, give me a call, you idiot. One toll-free, 888-394-1430 on the east side. 394-1190. This no-good, rotten bastard taking the township money. And then you got this one idiot, I guess, Greg Hipskin, who's going along with him, who says he was alone, no vote. I think we made the case that the township is in need of a fifth worker. Well, you know what? I'm in need of a hot 18-year-old blonde that wants to have sex with me and give me $1 million, but I ain't going to get it. We're all in need, you stupid son of a bitch. Greg Hipskin, you're as bad as this Skippy. Skippy and Poo-Poo. I call you Poo-Poo Hipskin. What's wrong with you idiots? That's our hardworking taxpayers' money. You guys are supposed to watch it, and you're supposed to live by the rules. What do you think, Kernan? The people elected everybody on the township trustees, and you don't have to listen to them? These trustees speak for the people of St. Clair Township. Skippy Kernan. Got a picture of this idiot, and he looks like a complete idiot. But what the hell's wrong, people? Do you understand? This goes on all throughout St. Clair County. These guys don't do what we tell them to do. They work for us, but they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do. Prime example, Skippy. Because of you, all 5 got laid off. Because of you, St. Clair Township Highway Department doesn't have any workers out there. That's not fair to the 4 workers that were there. I don't even know these gentlemen. But I know these guys at the St. Clair County Highway Department. I know these guys at all these township highway departments. They bust their ass. They're out there every day. When it's cold, when it's hot, when it's raining, they're out there in the elements every day when you rotten bastards are sitting in your office. So for you, Skippy Kernan, to do such a disservice, and I mean a disservice to the good people of St. Clair Township, it's unbelievable. There's a nice little cartoon in the editorial. It says, Skippy Kernan, I'm apprehending you for annoying voters with tax-funded robocalls. $2,000, people, that you guys could have used to rock and chip some streets. But see, Skippy Kernan doesn't think he has to do that. The vice chairman of the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption. See, he's in with Sprague. He's in with Kern, so he'll do what he wants. He don't give a damn about you good people in St. Clair Township. Just remember him. Just remember him next time when he comes up for an election. The robocall's $2,000. $2,000, people, to get his point across. He didn't go door to door. He didn't knock on doors. He didn't have a public meeting. No, that would have cost him effort. That would have cost him time. So he's going to take your money, and I don't understand. I guess he's going to get away with it. I guess he'll say it was an emergency, and I think he's full of crap on that too. But Skippy Kernan, why in the hell do you put St. Clair Township people at risk? Why do you put a 5th member on, a 5th employee who you can't afford, and because of that, everybody is laid off? Now, it seems to me, Skippy boy, that 4 good employees are better than 5 no employees. Now, maybe I'm not thinking right, Skippy. You know, maybe you know more than we do, but I think you're getting your marching orders from Sweet Cakes Kern. You guys, you ought to go to the Y sometime. Sit down there in the locker room, the boys' locker room, and get your inspiration. I think you and Kern would have a great time. And by the way, Sweet Cakes, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. I look all over, people. I can't find him. I told you yesterday. I've been up to the courthouse. I look in the restrooms. I thought that'd be the first place I'd see him, hanging out in the restrooms. I guess he likes it like a bathroom attendant, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. But I can't find him. I look down in the basement. Look in his office. You really can't get in his office because he's got more security than the President of the United States because he really thinks he's somebody. He really thinks he's somebody. Looked all over, Kern. Can't find you. They tell me that you're hiding with the little dress, and I don't know. You're hiding with the little dress in the closet. Will you please, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, will you please come out of that closet? if you know what I mean. I think you do. Come out of that closet and speak to the good people that put you in that position of authority, that position of power that you've abused and continue to abuse. I want to find out. They say back in the day, I won't mention this guy's name, but he got caught cross-dressing, got arrested on the street in East Main and Belleville. Now, I won't mention his name, but maybe you know who I'm talking about. But anyway, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, come out of the closet, quit hiding. Let us know what you're about. And maybe if you want to, you can take Skippy Kernan in the closet with you. Anybody called Skippy, I'd wonder about. Also had somebody say about the county will never be cleaned up. He talked about how St. Clair County is so corrupt. They've got all kind of corruption, this lady says, going on. And they talk about political issues. The county is a complete cesspool and is so far down the toilet that it can never be cleaned up. God help us. Charlotte Kilzer out of Cahokia. Charlotte, I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. But Skippy Kernan, like always, when I rag one of you no-count rotten son of a bitches, the lines are always open. One, toll-free. 888-394-1430. Skippy on the east side over here, 394-1190. But people, do you always notice that these no-count, rotten, good-for-nothing son of a bitches, they never call. Now, they tell me that Barra Civic sent a nasty letter over to Martin Kilcarn on 550 over in St. Louis. I'm going to have to get a copy of it. See, he'll address the St. Louis crowd. He'll address KMOX because, see, they'll kiss his ass. They kiss Kern's ass. They kiss Barra Civic's ass. They know I'll put my foot up their ass. That's why they never call me. They're afraid. They have nothing to defend people. And every time I rag them, you think about it. I'm not Elliot Davis. I don't put a mic up to their face at their office. I expose them for what they are, pieces of political crap. And then I tell them, think about it, guys, and then call me back and defend yourself. They have nothing. They have nothing, people, to defend. They tell me they're running scared. They know they're going to have a hell of an election on their hand. They've actually reached out to me, and I told them to kiss my ass. I had somebody come up to me and say, hey, can I talk to you about that situation with Sprague and Kern? Maybe we can get it worked out. I said, are you crazy? Now, Kern and Sprague would never come to me because they're not men. They're little boys. But this gentleman came to me, and I couldn't believe it. See, these guys are so afraid. They're afraid of getting exposed. They're afraid of, even more than that, losing the election. And I got to say, God Sprague was down in Cahokia last night, and it wasn't a set-up deal. Some elderly gentleman who goes to all the meetings, nobody really knows who he is, and it really makes no difference who he is. He's a concerned taxpayer in Cahokia. And he blurted out at the Cahokia Village Hall meeting last night, hey, Sprague, do you have your Depends diapers on? They said Sprague got so red you thought he just got out of 6 weeks in a suntan bed. Said I guess he had to take a pee break, but the gentleman told me when he looked at his drawers, he had already urinated, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. You know, Sprague, are you that important that you don't think you don't have to use the bathroom? You think your time's that important that you can't go like a real man and go to the bathroom and take that wanger out and take a leak if you can find it, you little bitch boy? Bob Sprague, when they walk down the street, people, him, Barra Civic, Kern, I've been there with these rotten bastards back in the day, and I'm more ashamed of being associated with the Democratic Party of St. Clair County than I am of being in federal prison. And I mean that seriously. There were more honorable people in prison than there are up there at the courthouse. But these people used to walk down the street. Barra Civic actually tried to be lieutenant governor in Springfield years back. They laughed him out. They laughed him out of Springfield. He won't tell you that. Sprague won't tell you that he lost the election in a Democratic primary in 1972. He won't tell you that. Kern won't tell you about all his escapades and sweet cakes, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. It'll all come out at some point in time. But these no good son of a bitches walk down the street, people, And now they know when somebody points at them that they're embarrassed. They're totally embarrassed because I've embarrassed them. I've embarrassed these son of a bitches, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to expose them for what they are. Political pieces of crap. They're charlatans. They're political mobsters, people. We're not going to take it anymore. And God Sprague, make sure, people, you go to St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook and see Sprague in his Depends diapers. We're going to have billboards up. I've sent out 10,000 copies. We're going to expose these bastards for what they are. No good, rotten, political pieces of crap. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Bi-state, sweet cakes, not bisexual, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. We just had some callers, won't have time to get them, but one caller called and said that it tried to shuffle. He said $80,000, and that's what would have cost for the worker plus the benefits. It would have cost you good people of St. Clair Township $80,000. And a guy told me that Kernan contracts much of the road work out. So, Kernan, what do you want to put somebody to work? You want to play politics? Hey, it's election time, you idiot. You good people in St. Clair Township, you guys ought to remember this no good bastard come election time. I got to say, and I'm a father. I don't believe, and this is, I'm not mad at the policeman on this. I'm mad at the news media. They found the torso of this lady, the decapitated torso found in 2004 has been identified. This gal's been identified. Give her name. I'm not even going to give her name, but she's from Alton. They said she also lived in Granite City in East St. Louis. And they said it was a very brutal murder. This gal was killed in 2004, decapitated, arms, legs, head cut off. All there was a torso. You know, this is someone's daughter. This is someone's daughter who was loved by her family, loved by her friends, who will be missed by her family and friends. And may I add, didn't die a peaceful death, didn't die in her sleep. She was killed and decapitated. You hear me? The news media, they put out that she was decapitated, and that's bad, but that's newsworthy. But then they put out she had a child, married 3 times. What the hell's that have to do with anything? And I'm getting to a point. You can talk about at least, and bore at least, they say, 1 child. Says she had a number of minor felony charges, mostly stemming from possession of marijuana and other controlled substances, also bad checks, and prostitution. That's why I won't mention her name. Now, why in the hell did they identify a Metro East prostitute? Why would they have to put that in this paper that was brutally murdered? I don't give a damn if she was a prostitute. Maybe she was out there trying to feed her family. Maybe her drug habit. But she was a human being. Didn't need to die. And sure don't need to die and then put it in the paper. She was a prostitute. That's somebody's family member, you asswipes from the News Democrat. That's why I hate you son of a bitches. Gotta say that she was an addict and a prostitute. What the hell does that have to do with her being brutally murdered, decapitated, and her torso being found? And I'm not casting a bad light on the police officers. It come out in the newspaper, so they have to talk about it. Or even if the policeman would have talked about it, which I don't think was necessary, why did the newspaper have to report it? I have never, ever disrespected my political enemies. When a family member dies, I give them a moment of silence because that's somebody's family member. You know, a lot of things trump politics, and I've never disrespected my enemy's family members. Give them a moment of silence. I didn't even come after Eckert after his dear mother died. I give him a week because that's the right thing to do. And I know I'm not perfect, but I'm not a rotten son of a bitch like some of these bastards. But this poor daughter, mother, sister, friend, she got brutally murdered in 2004. They found her body, and they got to come up in the newspaper about a very brutal murder and about her having, and I like this, no good son of a bitch, bore at least one child. How the hell do you know? If you know there was more, say more. What, are you acting like she's really scum because she did what she did? None of us are perfect. But they're going to put this in a big headlines. Torso found in 2004, ID'd as a Metro East prostitute. What the hell did that have to do with her death? You know, you can be a prostitute. You can be whatever you want to be. You don't need to die over it. But that's the big headlines. Torso found, Metro East prostitute. Why in the hell? Somebody's child, somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's wife at some point, maybe. Well, 3 times they said. But they got to put in her felony record. They got to put in about bad checks. They got to put in about prostitution. See, Sprague and those guys can talk all they want about me, but see, I can fight back. They can talk about me being a felon. I can fight back. This poor lady can't. And I sincerely put my condolences, I won't give her name out, but for her and her family, my deepest condolences. It's hell when you lose a family member, but when you lose a family member who was killed and brutally dismembered, and then you have to relive it in the newspaper, in the media, I will not give her name, will never give her name. But the newspaper, what pieces of crap. You know, when I talk about somebody, never talk about the dead. I talk about the living so they can defend themselves. I want to defend this lady. And she was a lady, wasn't perfect. Maybe she was a prostitute because she had to feed her one child that we knew of. I can't believe that. At least one child. Now, if you don't know how many, say one child, but you're going to put at least one. Like she had babies spread all over. You guys want to, from the News Democrat, want to disrespect this poor person. But I'm going to defend her. I'm going to defend a prostitute. I'm going to defend a drug addict. And I'm running for office, and you don't like it, don't vote for me. I'm tired of this politically correct crap. This lady was somebody's mother, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's wife. And we're going to disrespect her in death? Apparently she had a rough life. A lot of us have had rough lives. What's the saying? But for the grace of God, that could be us. What's wrong with people? What's wrong with some people out there? That's the Sprague, the Kern, the Bear civic mentality. This is not a piece of crap to be flushed down the toilet. This is a human being, people. A human being who's been disrespected after being brutally murdered, dismembered. She didn't need to be remembered by this. A lady's body was found that was killed in 2004. We're looking for information. That's all needed to be said. You could say had one child, but to say one child bore at least one child, how egregious, how nasty is that? Don't talk about Bob Romanik anymore. Talk about these rotten bastards. But I want to say, and I wish I could give her name, but the family knows who you are. Our deepest sympathies. Don't let the news media, don't let these people bother you. You're mourning enough. You've suffered enough. But I want to tell you, your daughter was probably better than a lot of son of a bitches walking the street with suits and ties that sit in our state capitals, that sit in our St. Clair County courthouse, that sit up in Washington, D.C. This is a human being, people. And for them to rake this poor soul over the coals, I think is the rottenest, no goodest thing a son of a bitch can do. And I hope that this lady rests in peace, because she is a human being. And you rotten bastards out there that think any otherwise, kiss my white, hairy, stinky, wrinkled, smelly ass. And I am a candidate for election. You never heard a candidate like that, and I don't give a damn if you don't like it. Take your votes and shove it up your asses. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, my ass. We're crazy, and I'm tired of this crap. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I'm going to dismiss my usual exit, and I do want to say, if there is a God, take care of this lady, because the good people on this earth didn't have the time, didn't have the effort. But again, my condolences to that entire family. And honey, no matter what you did in your life, I just hope that your family gets through this. And cut it off. That's it.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful.